Jason and Lisa sat in their cozy living room, a space that had once been filled with warmth and laughter. But today, an uneasy tension hung in the air. Lisa, in her mid-30s, looked troubled as she fidgeted with her necklace, avoiding eye contact with Jason. Jason, her husband of 7 years, sensed something was amiss and turned to face her with concern. "Jason, there's something I need to talk to you about," Lisa began, her voice trembling slightly. Jason's heart raced. He could see the weight of her words even before she spoke them. "What's wrong?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Lisa took a deep breath, her eyes filling with tears. "I've been feeling unsatisfied lately, and I think it's because I want to explore something new. I know it sounds strange, but I think I want us to have an open marriage. I want to cheat." Jason was stunned. He had not expected this. He loved Lisa deeply, and the thought of her with someone else was jarring. "Lisa, that's a big thing to ask. Why would you want this?" he questioned, searching for understanding. Lisa looked away, tears escaping down her cheeks. "It's not that I don't love you, I do, but I need something different, something more." Jason struggled to process her request. His mind raced with confusion and hurt. "I need some time to think about this," he said finally, his voice tinged with sadness. As Lisa nodded in agreement, Jason sat back, feeling a heavy weight settle over him. The foundation of their relationship seemed shaken, and he knew that navigating this situation would be far from simple. 2. Jason's reaction. Later that night, Jason sat alone in his dimly lit office, the walls adorned with framed diplomas and family photos. The soft hum of his computer was the only sound as he stared at the screen, struggling to focus. His mind kept replaying Lisa's request, each repetition stirring up more questions and uncertainties. Feeling overwhelmed, Jason reached for his phone and dialed his friend Mark's number. Mark had always been a reliable confidant, someone Jason could count on for honest advice. "Hey Jason, you sound off. What's going on?" Mark's voice came through clearly, breaking Jason's reverie. Jason sighed deeply. "Lisa wants us to have an open marriage. She actually asked me to cheat." Mark's response was one of shock and concern. "Wow, that's a lot to handle. What are you going to do?" Jason leaned back in his chair, staring at the ceiling. "I'm not going to do anything rash. I need to think this through. I love Lisa, but I don't know if I can handle this." Mark's voice was steady and supportive. "Take your time. You don't have to make any decisions immediately. Just make sure whatever you do, it's what's right for you." Jason nodded, even though Mark couldn't see him. "Thanks, Mark. I really appreciate it. I guess I need to figure out what I want before I talk to Lisa again." As the call ended, Jason stared at his reflection in the darkened window, the future of his relationship hanging in the balance. He knew he needed to act carefully to preserve the integrity of their marriage while also addressing his own needs and emotions. 3. Negotiation and rules. The following day, the tension in the living room was palpable as Jason and Lisa faced each other once more. The room, usually a sanctuary of comfort, felt stifling under the weight of their conversation. Jason had spent the night mulling over his decision and had come up with a plan to address Lisa's request in a way that would test the boundaries of their relationship. "Lisa," Jason began, his voice calm but firm, "I've thought about what you asked. I want to give it a try." Lisa's eyes widened in surprise. "Really? You're okay with it?" Jason nodded slowly. "But if we're going to do this, we need to set some rules and boundaries. Transparency is crucial. I want us both to be honest and open with each other." Lisa's initial relief was replaced by a hint of nervousness. "What kind of rules are we talking about?" Jason outlined his terms clearly. "We'll have regular check-ins to discuss how we're feeling. We'll also keep our activities within certain limits. If either of us feels uncomfortable, we'll address it immediately. And, to ensure everything is as agreed, I've decided to hire a private investigator to monitor the situation." Lisa's relief turned to anxiety. "A private investigator? That sounds extreme." Jason's gaze was steady. It's about maintaining trust. We need to be honest with each other. If we're going to do this, it has to be transparent. Lisa nodded, though her apprehension was evident. Okay, if that's what it takes, I'll follow the rules. As the conversation ended, both Jason and Lisa were left to grapple with their feelings about the new terms. The dynamic of their relationship was shifting, and it was clear that navigating this uncharted territory would require patience and understanding from both sides. A few weeks had passed since Jason and Lisa had set their new arrangement in motion. Jason, while trying to maintain normalcy, was keeping a keen eye on the situation. He had hired a private investigator, John, to ensure that the boundaries they had set were being respected. One evening, while Jason was going through his emails, he received a detailed report from John. The report contained photographs and logs of Lisa's meetings with someone Jason didn't recognize. The evidence was clear. Lisa was following through with her end of the arrangement. Jason took a deep breath as he read through the report. He had anticipated that Lisa might engage with someone else, but seeing it in black and white was a different experience altogether. It wasn't just the betrayal that stung, but also the realization that their experiment had led to a deeper rift in their relationship. Jason carefully reviewed the details, noting the dates and times of Lisa's encounters. As he processed the information, he was struck by a mix of emotions: hurt, confusion, and a peculiar sense of calm. He had approached this situation with a plan, and now it was time to address the outcome. He decided to confront Lisa directly. The evidence would serve as a means to discuss the reality of their situation, rather than as a tool for blame. His approach was strategic, aiming for clarity and resolution rather than revenge. The living room, now a familiar stage for their intense discussions, saw another confrontation between Jason and Lisa. Jason had invited Lisa to sit down, a serious expression on his face. He held the private investigator's report in his hands, the pages a stark reminder of their recent experiences. "So, it seems like you've been quite busy lately," Jason said, his tone even but filled with an underlying tension. Lisa's face turned pale as she saw the report. "Jason, I can explain." "I didn't think," Jason cut her off gently. "I'm not upset. I actually appreciate the honesty. It's clear that this arrangement hasn't worked out as we hoped." Lisa looked bewildered. "What do you mean?" Jason took a deep breath. "I wanted to see how this would play out. The investigation wasn't just about monitoring you. It was about understanding the truth of our situation, and it's evident that this isn't what either of us really wants." Lisa's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, Jason. I didn't handle this well. I thought it was what I wanted, but now I see it's causing more harm than good." Jason nodded, his expression softening. "It's okay. I think we need to have an honest discussion about what we both truly need. This experiment has shown us that perhaps we need to focus on rebuilding trust and addressing our underlying issues." As the conversation concluded, both Jason and Lisa felt a mixture of relief and sadness. They realized that their attempt to redefine their relationship had only highlighted the need for deeper, more meaningful communication and understanding. In the weeks following their confrontation, Jason and Lisa made the decision to seek professional help. They scheduled a therapy session to address their issues in a structured environment. The therapist's office, a neutral space, became the setting for their journey towards reconciliation. Jason and Lisa sat across from their therapist, who encouraged them to express their feelings openly. The therapist's calm demeanor helped guide their conversation, allowing both Jason and Lisa to explore the emotional underpinnings of their request for an open marriage. "I think it's important to understand why this experiment failed," the therapist suggested. "What were you both hoping to achieve, and how did it impact your relationship?" Jason spoke first, his voice steady. "I wanted to understand if our issues were related to a lack of excitement or if there were deeper problems. The investigation showed that our relationship needs more than just a change in dynamics. It needs honesty and trust. Lisa nodded in agreement. I thought that exploring other relationships might fill a void, but it only made me realize how much I value what we have. I'm sorry for the way I handled things. The therapist guided them through exercises to rebuild trust and communicate more effectively. By the end of the session, both Jason and Lisa felt a renewed sense of hope. They were beginning to see that their challenges could be overcome with genuine effort and understanding. A month later, Jason and Lisa found themselves in a much healthier place. They continued their therapy sessions, working diligently to rebuild their relationship. The process was neither quick nor easy, but their commitment to each other was unwavering. One evening, they sat together in their living room, reflecting on their journey. The room, once filled with tension, now felt like a space of calm and understanding. Jason turned to Lisa, a warm smile on his face. I'm glad we're working through this together, he